EAFC24 is finally getting a patch, bro. Like, it's finally happening. A patch is finally happening. And I have no problem with the patch, man. I'm not even going to sit up here and act like I got some massive problem with the patch. Because, look, the RTG is going to start off like this. The game needed 71 depth patch. The game needed 5 back to be patched. The game needed, stuff to be patched, right? I think that this game had potential to be one of the best FIFAs ever dropped, but there was so many things wrong with the game that needed to be fixed early on that EA didn't touch. For example, 71 depth. The reason 71 depth for me was so broken and why it needed so heavily to be touched was because it wasn't bad if everyone had clean gameplay. But if you were on bad gameplay, bros, and you matched up against somebody with 71 depth, because I ran 71 depth, if you matched somebody and they had bad gameplay and you were running 71 depth, you had a massive advantage because the AI pressed so heavy and you couldn't really turn on bad connection. So it needed to be nerfed because it wasn't fair for both. It wasn't fair for both players because this game really, I mean, the way you guys know it, the way I know it, FC games come down to connection, right? If you have great connection, you can left stick dribble, you can play better. It's just the way it is, right? So I'm okay with that, right? But I have a massive problem with EA, and where the rant's gonna come from is not really in a place of what they did is wrong with finesse. No. What I'm mad about, bro, is 71 depth needed nerfing. 5 backs, supposedly they're nerfing it somehow with left backs and right backs not tracking or something like that. They're trying to fix kickoff glitches. So all around, this massive patch could be a W, and it could make this game insane. It could make the gameplay amazing. It could make the gameplay the best gameplay we've ever played. But we know EA Sports, and we've dealt with this company for a long time, and we know something's probably gonna be off with it. What I want to talk to you guys and what makes me mad about EA Sports, and please let me know if you guys agree with me or disagree with me, it's the lack of communication between the hardcore players, the players that stick around with this game and really enjoy this game, and EA Sports. EA Sports is so FBI that they have caused us, the people that stick with their game, don't go to Call of Duty, don't go to Fortnite, don't go play other games. They stick with this game year in, year out, constantly playing this game. They screw us consistently, and they have no communication with us. What am I trying to say? If EA Sports would have put a tweet out a few weeks ago saying that they were looking into how to balance finesse shots, how to balance R1 dribbling, we would have known that this was coming, and more the play style. I'm going to give you an example. Imagine one day you go out and you buy yourself a car, and this car has 500 horsepower, and you buy it from Honda, and you love your Honda, right? It's fast. But one day Honda calls you and says, hey man, you know that car you bought from us with 500 horsepower? Well, we realized that the car had too much horsepower. So starting from now, the car's only gonna have 300 horsepower. And you're like, but hey, yo, I bought the car with 500. And they're like, hey, thank you so much for being a customer here at Honda. We love you, take care. And they hang up. Now your Honda that you bought with 500 horsepower has 300. See, what I'm trying to explain is that's what happened to everyone who completed Salah. They completed Salah because, yes, he was fast. Yes, he had good stats. But at the end of the day, he had something that was very broken in this game, very strong in this game, and very amazing to play with in this game. And it was finesse shot from outside the box. That's nerfed now, supposedly. Slightly nerfed, but we know EA doesn't get slightly right. So what I'm saying is, you bought something because it had something, and they're taking it away. There was no heads up. There was no like, hey, we're potentially looking into something. And I find this to be messed up because you allowed people to waste 1 million coins in fodder and you now nerfed it. And I know a lot of people say, well, Skills, it's a video game and that's what happens. I agree. Things like this do happen when you nerf something to do with the gameplay. When you nerf a formation, custom tactics, when you nerf stuff like that. But when you intentionally go and nerf certain players' play styles, you're now taking what people bought into away. And that's where play styles get very, very tricky with FIFA and EA, with FC24 and EA. Play styles were a great concept, but if they could just turn around and nerf them every single day, that's not fair to the community because you're going out and wasting fodder, and that card could go to the bins in just 24 hours. Another thing that's really messed up is that people owned a Henson at 1.9 million coins. EA released these patch notes, and now their Henson's at 1.4 million. This is something that is really irritating to me because all it would take is a quick tweet a quick Instagram post, a quick something to allow the hardcore players, the players that invest a lot of time into this game, that something like this is happening. Also, I want to explain something to you. This is no longer a game of just a game. Like, people waste a lot of money on this video game. You guys know it like I know it. People pay to win on this game. It is a game where people spend a lot of money. So imagine Jimmy gets off of work and Jimmy decides to waste $500. It's a dumb move from Jimmy, but it's what he wanted to do with his money. It's his money. We can't complain. He wastes $500 to complete Salah. He finally has his Salah because everybody's hitting finesse shots on him. And Jimmy just wants to hit finesse shots back. So he wastes $500 to collect fodder to complete Salah. And he finally completes his Salah. And now his Salah's nerfed. That is $500 that, yeah, it was probably wasted wrong because you wasted on this game either way. But at the end of the day, that's really messed up. Because there is a lot of people spending money on this game. And for you to be able to turn around and just nerf the product that they spent money on is kind of crazy. Again, nerfing 71 depth, I understand that's a gameplay. Like, that's a mechanic of a formation. Like, no one spent money to run 71 depth. No one spent money to run 4-2-3-1. Nobody spent money to run 5-back, right? But people spend money to complete massive SBCs like Mbappe, massive SBCs like Salah, massive SBCs. Not everyone do RTGs. And then for the RTG guys, these guys really, really take their time and collect fodder to complete these really big cards, and then you just nerf it. Let me give you an example. There's people still collecting fodder to finish Player of the Month Mbappe. They've been doing it since day one of Mbappe coming out. They're not done yet. They're like 2 squads away to finally get it done. Imagine they finish it, and 3 days later, Mbappe had finesse shot and he got nerfed. That's messed up, lads. And this is my problem with EA Sports. I love this patch that's coming. I'm afraid of 71 depth going because I feel like this could become a 5-back merchant game. And if it's not 5-back because they nerfed left backs and right backs, the way I'm seeing it based off the patch notes, they're kind of taking away the congestion of the midfield, which means it looks like you're going to be able to attack through the middle, which is nice. So now I'm starting to think that 3-5-2 might be the strongest formation in the game. Why? You get 3 center backs, you get 2 defensive mids, all on stay back while attacking. You have a left back, a left mid, and a right mid that you can make come back, and they might not track as good back anymore on the back because EA kind of nerfed that. But you can now have pretty much 5 defenders with 2 defensive mids, 3 center backs kind of clogging up the midfield, and then you have a cam to push forward, 2 wingers. And now all of a sudden I feel like 3-5-2 could be one of the strongest formations in the game. Again, we don't know how the patch is going to play because it's not out yet. But just based off what I'm seeing, there's a lot of great things they're trying to do. But I feel like this execution could be really, really bad. I said from the beginning that this game had potential to be one of the best FIFAs we've seen in years, right? R1 is a really brain dead mechanic that should be taken out. Now, supposedly if you have technical plus, you're still going to be fine with R1 dribbling, but players that don't have technical plus might get nerfed, right? And then also I think finesse shots inside the box are going to be okay, but from a certain range, they're going to be harder to score, which is okay. Goalkeeper movements being nerfed, which for me is amazing. I feel like goalkeeper movement should be removed from this game, if I'm being honest. I think people should learn how to defend rather than have to move goalkeeper. But that's just me. I'm not saying I'm right about that. It's just a stupid opinion. I'm just saying, lads, that I'm okay with all the moves they're making, all the pieces. I just don't see how you can take away something from a player that people spend money for. Like, I'll give you one more quick example. Imagine you buy Mbappe off the market for $3 million and he has 90-something pace. And you wake up the next day and they're like, hey guys, we got it wrong. Mbappe's pace is now 50. Kind of crazy. That's low-key kind of what they're doing to Salah. Because Salah really only had a finesse shot. And everybody knows if you completed most Salah, it's not because he's fast, because he's not fast. It's not because his draw one dribbling is amazing, because, well, that's going to get nerfed as well, because he's not going to have technical dribble, right? Not, at least not the gold badge. So at the end of the day, a lot of us did the playstyle because of finesse. And it is our fault because you should never complete a card just because it has one good trait, right? Like I did Antoine Griezmann not for finesse shot, just because he's an amazing finisher. But at the end of the day, lads, some people did do it just for the trait. And for EA to just go out and be like, hey, we don't care that you spent $1 million in fodder for this Salah. We don't care. We're nerfing him. I find that to be not okay. And I know a lot of y'all might be like, I completely disagree with you, Skills. I want to say this in 2 ways, and I hope nobody gets mad when I say this. I'm not complaining for me because I have a massive account, bros. I can just buy R9, or like Dingo, like you guys have blessed me, so I have an account that's huge. So it doesn't matter to me because I'll just jump on that account, buy R9, buy Dingo, buy whoever's OP now and run them. And on the RTG, we'll be fine. You know, we have Palfutru, we have players with technical, we have 700,000 coins chilling to go buy cards. We're chilling, right? So we're fine. But I just find it to be really messed up for the people that can't grind the game like me. I live on this game, right? I got 800 wins on my RTG and like 200 losses, right? I have 1,000 games on this account already. We're not even at Christmas yet. All right, I literally know life this game. I know that. So, but I'm blessed enough to do that. People that go to school, people that have jobs, that have really dedicated time to this on the side, and families, and they have dedicated time on the sides, and they really invested a lot into getting these good cards, and now EA's just like, yo, you know what? Bang. That's kind of messed up. And I know I might be overreacting because the patch is not out yet and we got to see what happens, but I just feel like they do so much and they put so much time on the side to play the game, and then you just go and nerf it. Like I feel sad inside for that, man, honestly. And again, they'll be fine. They'll get new cards and they'll find the new OP thing and they'll go run that. But you know, for the people in the elite and the high players up, like they're gonna be fine because they're gonna get around this easy. They're gonna drop Salah, get another player, and move on. But there's a lot of people that got really screwed by this patch, man. And they really depended on their Salah being good. And that was their best player in their team, and now that's gone. So I want you guys to get in the comments down below and get in this conversation, man, because I really would love to know how you guys feel. I am very happy with the patch, okay? I really hope it doesn't become a 5-back simulator and like all of a sudden it's gonna be really hard to break people down, because if R1's really nerfed and you can't finesse from outside the box and you can't score from far away, then we really gotta attempt to score cutbacks, and it might get even worse, and it might be like FIFA 23, which in my opinion was a horrible game. But I hope it's great. It looks like there's a lot of great things. Hopefully goalkeeper movement really slows down, and it looks like there's a lot of positive things, but I just think there has to be a better way to nerfing playstyles. There's gotta be, man. There's gotta be a better way to nerfing playstyles, right? Like that has to be something, man. Like there has to be a way where you're like, hey man, like we're looking into this playstyle because it seems a little bit overpowered. If they just would have dropped a note like that somewhere on Twitter a month ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, where they're like, hey, this badge seems very overpowered. We're looking into it. We'll let you know more in the future. That way we know they were looking into finesse shots, and we'd be like, hey, you know what? Maybe I'll stay away from this Griezmann this month, because honestly, at the end of the day, this is not smart to do because they're going to nerf this. So I don't know. You guys get in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think, man. Again, an amazing patch, but really bad communication from EA Sports, which could make this patch horrendous because people could end up losing millions of coins. Remember, just for me on my RTG, 1 million coins worth of fodder for Salah, 1 million for Salah, 500K for Griezmann. That's 1.5 million coins in fodder that I spent on these two cards that potentially could stink going forward, when I could have taken that 1.5 and started completing Mbappe and been close to getting player of the month Mbappe. It's just something to really think about. Anyways, Booyah Nation, I love you guys. Let me know how you guys feel. Again, I'm not saying my opinion is right. I'm not saying that I'm right in any way. I'm just saying I'm frustrated with EA Sports and the lack of communication with the community. Thank you guys so much for watching. Smash that big old thumbs up, subscribe, turn your bell on, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Booyah, I'm out of here.